Hello, welcome to another video from earnped.com. I am Stevie B, happy to have you all with us today. I was actually shooting this video and I dropped connection for some reason. I will let you guys know up front before we get started with today's video. My niece is here spending the day with us, so if you hear some people in the background or some noises in the background, that's either my niece or her toys or the rest of my family. Pixie's here too. My niece is going to be a level 100 evader by the time she's a teenager. I'm absolutely positive of that. But today I wanted to make this video because this is kind of a special video. You guys know we're in the middle of the TWEN event, and we've talked about that quite extensively. Well, last night I was actually thinking, so far the items that I've seen drop for the TWEN event, they've been pretty okay stats, but they're usually low damage per second, you know, 30, 40 damage per second, nothing super impressive. And there's a lot of iconic stuff that I've seen become TWEN items with this event. The Justifier MK2, the SMP Hero, the SB10. So I was thinking last night, could it be possible, would Mindark really make the Fireforge, as you can see right here, would Mindark really make a new super weapon? Would it be possible to have a BC 120 TWEN or a A-3 Justifier Improved TWEN? Because the Improved Justifier for 15 years was the weapon that you really wanted to have. Your goal, if you wanted to be a serious hunter in Entropia and make money, was to get to level 100 as fast as you could and somehow get a big enough bankroll to be able to afford a 100 to 200,000 ped weapon like the A-3 Justifier Improved. It was the Mac Daddy OG damage per peck high efficiency weapon that everybody wanted. Everybody still wants. They're still amazing. By any standard, an A-3 Justifier Improved is still an amazing weapon today. So, that being said, I log in today, and to my surprise, if I go to new items discovered, yeah, they did it. They made an A-3 Justifier MK2 Improved TWEN Addition. And when I saw that, my jaw dropped. Now, I can tell you with certainty this dropped from a Drone Elite. Drone Elites have about 6,300 HP. I do not know where it was. I don't know if it was shared loot or not. I'm trying to get that information. As of yet, I do not have that. But I can tell you that it exists. It's now in game, and it did drop from a Drone Elite. So congratulations to Jack Woozy Daniels. I sent him a private message seeing if I can get more info. As of right now, he's offline. Now, I can't show it to you guys on screen, but I do have the stats that I'm looking at, and BAM was kind enough to send me the information for the Virtual Sense website. If you head over to the forum at Virtual Sense, they have a thread that's keeping track of all of the TWEN items that have dropped, what they dropped from, who drops them. It's got pictures of all the stat info, all that. So let's go over all the stats on this new Improved Justifier TWEN Edition, and I will also go over the stats on the basic OG Justifier Improved, the one that for 15 years was the best weapon in game, or one of the best weapons in game, still one of the best weapons in game. And this will harken back to the discussion we had about damage per peck versus efficiency. I've said all along that the biggest factor in determining a weapon's efficiency is the damage per peck, the amount of damage you're able to put out for the cost you're able to put it out at. So I think this will prove my point nicely in the fact that efficiency is essentially just a calculus. It is a algorithmic function that whenever you change certain input variables about a weapon, it changes the efficiency of the weapon. So let's look at the base model first. So the TT value on both is the same, max TT of 1000 ped. On the base model Justifier Improved, you have 72 damage per second. 72 damage per second. Now the efficiency of the OG version is 90.4%, max is at level 100, 60 attacks per minute, 1500 ammo burn, range of 104.5 meters. Now let's look at the new TWEN version, which, wow, still 1000 ped TT value, 80 damage per second. So we're getting an extra 8 damage per second out of the TWEN version. 80 versus 72 on the original. Max is at level 65. So very low maxing profession here. Opens it up to a lot of people to be able to use that weapon. Of course, it's going to be very, very expensive. 95% efficiency. 95% efficiency. 1350 ammo burn, 67 uses per minute, 104.5 meter range. Damage interval is the same. The attack stats are the same, except for the OG version does 67 burn and 6 pen. This does 66 burn and 6 pen. So very, very minimal difference there. But it goes back to my previous statement that I've made before. When you lower the ammo consumption, increase the attacks per minute, and increase the DPS, what you're essentially doing is increasing the damage per peck. And when you increase the damage per peck, using those three stats, lower ammo burn, more attacks per minute, then what you're doing is you're increasing the efficiency. And it seems that Mindark has proved this for me by making this weapon, by going in, adding 7 more attacks per minute, 8 more DPS, and lowering the ammo burn by only 150 from 1500 to 1350. They took the efficiency from 90.4% to 95%. That is absolutely a redonkulous weapon, no matter how you phrase it. I don't know what the exact damage per peck on it is. I don't know what the exact decay rate on it is, but it is, wow. I'm sure the decay is probably lower than the original 2. I'm sure that probably is making a slight difference in that efficiency rating. But needless to say, I am speechless. Now, since I have it pulled up, I know you guys can't see it. I'll give you guys the link here. Let me get the link for you. Let me go over, let me see if I can just open something with BAM. So if you guys want the link to check out these items, all the TWEN items, you can head over to the Virtual Sense forum. It's virtualsense.eu/forum/threads. And then the actual forum post is TWEN I call that a dash. TWEN Item Discoveries 2023 entries, Entropia Universe 20-year anniversary, blah, 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 blah. So essentially, whenever you go to this link, whenever you go to that link right there, TWEN Item Discoveries 2023 Entropia Universe 20-year anniversary .9895. And of course you got to put the little dash in between everything. It will pull up all of the information for all of the TWEN items that have been discovered this far. So this is the newest one. I will run you guys through the entire list real quick of what we have as of today. Today is February 18th. And I'll just run you through the quick list along with all the information that's currently on the website. Interestingly enough, we all got booted off at the same time. So, the first TWEN item has been discovered. It was found off of a Big Bulk Gen 1, or Big Bulk Level 1. It was an A-3 Justifier MK2 TWEN, just base, not improved, just base model. 31.9 damage per second, 75.4 DPS. Number 2 was the Omegaton M2870 Improved TWEN Addition, looted off Big Bulk 9. 1350 max TT, 77.8 DPS, 87.8% efficiency. Very, very nice weapon. Then we have the Solomate Apollo TWEN Addition, was found in Calypso Depths. 6.6 DPS, 68% efficiency. The Fireforge DAR 9300, which you guys have probably seen in Cali Trade, dropped from a second entity generation 5. 40.2 DPS, 76.9% efficiency. The Ravager Minisweeper V1 TWEN dropped from a Fefex Prowler. And it has 93.1 DPS, 78% efficiency. The Armatrix SB10 TWEN Edition, 33.3 DPS, 92.4% efficiency. Came from a Rextilium soldier. Rextilium. The AMP Series Hero Adjusted TWEN, 37.6 DPS, 84.2% efficiency. From an Ossicolum. And then, of course, the new big daddy of them all, the 95% efficiency, 80 DPS, A-3 Justifier MK2 improved from a Drone Elite. That is amazing. I am impressed. I was hoping that Mindark would make something like that. I was really hoping it would be an improved MK3, or I'm sorry, an improved MK2, because it's such an iconic weapon. Anybody who has ever played Entropia over the past 20 years, whether they've been gone from the game for 6 months or for 16 years, if they come back and they see this, they're automatically going to know how powerful this weapon is. They're automatically going to know that this is the big daddy of big daddies. I am not surprised at all that it has 95% efficiency. I think that's very fitting. As far as I'm aware, that makes it the new highest efficiency weapon in the game. I would not at all be surprised if it has one of the top damage per peck spots. I don't think it's going to be the top damage per peck, but it would not surprise me if it was very, very close. And I just think it's very, very fitting that for the 20th anniversary event, they would create such an item. I'm glad to see it was the A-3 Justifier MK2 Improved TWEN Addition that dropped, and not something like the BC 150 TWEN Addition or the LR 190 TWEN Addition. I think that it's very fitting that that is what they picked. It's what I would have picked. I even laughed. I said, you know, here I've been hunting drones, and it drops from a Drone Elite. Maybe I should have just been a little bit smarter. But to get that close to it, to be hunting drones and it dropped from a Drone Elite out of all the mobs in game, you know what, that's good enough for me. Like I said, I don't think these weapons are just dropping based off of you're the 9 billionth customer today to loot something. I think they're in very, very specific loot pools. So I don't know for a fact that there's anything in the drone loot pool, but apparently the Justifier MK2 Improved TWEN Addition was from a Drone Elite. So that is awesome. Congratulations to that Jack Daniels. There are many Jack Daniels in games. This one I do not personally know, but congratulations. So I'm sure there's a lot of TWEN items still out there. What's interesting to me is so far what we're seeing is weapons. I think there's other stuff too. I think there's going to be some armor. I don't know what kind of armor. I'm guessing probably Angel, maybe even some Shadow. I think there are going to be possibly some tools, like a repair tool possibly, or maybe even a mining finder. I think the mining finder is a little bit less likely, but needless to say, I do expect to see some armor bare minimum from this event. So I still have a lot of, I guess you could say I'm just a little bit more reserved because we don't know exactly what's out there. We're kind of guessing what they're making. It's fitting that they made it, but we had no way to prove that they were even going to make such an item. If they had told us that they were making such an item and that it was going to be dropping from a Drone Elite, everybody would have been hunting Drone Elite for the past 3 weeks. So the fact that we don't really know what's out there, we don't know which loot pools these items are going to be dropping from, it makes the event much, much harder to cover, much, much harder to participate in. But it also makes it a little bit more exciting. And it, like I said, there will be people like Jack Daniels that they're going to get this once-in-a-lifetime drop from mobs that they may not even be expecting to get a drop from. So for right now, I'm going to leave it there. I've got a lot more content planned for you guys over the next week. Obviously, I'm still dealing with a whole lot in real life, which makes everything much, much more difficult when it comes to Entropia and YouTubing. But we will get it taken care of as best as we can. Head over to earnped.com because when you earn, we earn. That is by far the best way you guys can help support us. If you guys need me, please do not message me in-game. Hit me up in my email, sbraggs62@gmail.com, sbraggs62@gmail.com. That is by far the best way to reach me, especially with my work schedule right now. You guys know I work nights. They keep essentially not giving me days off. People keep having problems, and the other people on my ship keep getting moved around. So that email is going to be the best way to reach me for now. You can send me a message in-game too. I'm just backed up by about 283 messages on getting back to people. So, that being said, hit that bell icon, subscribe to the channel, and be sure and hit the like button on every single video since there's always a hater hitting the dislike button. When you guys do that, it doesn't just help us. It helps us get these videos in front of people who play similar games to Entropia, but who may not have ever heard of Entropia. That helps get people interested in Entropia, gets them into the game. That just builds the community, builds the economy. That's not just good for us, it's good for y'all. It's good for every single person that plays. So we really appreciate it, but you're also doing yourselves a favor when you like and subscribe to the channel. So we'll leave it there for today. Sip, sip, smack, smack. Y'all know the rest, and we'll be back with more for you next week. Take care, guys.